Hey everyone, thanks for sending in your feedback as always. Let's get right down to it with our topic here, Pierre Trudeau. So the first person says, he's not handsome at all. Maybe his son, yeah. Okay, well, that wasn't one of the questions, but sure, you agree with my cat. That's good to know. Oh, she's here even. I guess she does really agree with you. So, for me, he has done a good thing to Canada, that he wasn't racist and he let people in from different countries and didn't focus on their religion, color, or their traditions. Yes, very much so, right? He was very much the bringer of multiculturalism here to this country. So, let's see this other comment. In my opinion, the most important thing Pierre Trudeau did for Canada, he planned to create a just society. He introduced the Official Languages Act that made it so that English and French, the official languages of Canada. Second, immigration laws changed. The immigration of Canada were accepting new immigrants from any other religion or any country around the world. Thirdly, Trudeau announced that Canada is a multicultural country. Well, that's technically everything I talked about him doing. But yes, those are the key things that Trudeau contributed to Canada. And this person writes, in my opinion, the most important thing Pierre Trudeau did for Canada is he planned to create a just society. He introduced the official language. Okay, that's about the same. Oh, wait. I actually put the same one twice. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So, I think the most significant thing that Pierre Trudeau did for Canada is the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, just society, and official multiculturalism. At first, Pierre Trudeau was one of the great prime ministers, as might be expected as a man of his independent character, the first prime minister that discovered and allowed for the Canadian people to have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. For example, this was a guarantee of language rights for English and French. You saw Canada where everyone is guaranteed rights or equality under the law, regardless of race, where no one needs to suffer hatred or discrimination, where no group is above another, freedom of conscience, religion, and culture. Which is right now, there's a ban of hijab in public Quebec places where you cannot wear hijab and be a teacher. He made Canada the first to be an official multicultural society, to have different cultures and traditions which improve Canada to be a unique and peaceful country in the world. So we Canadians are proud of this Prime Minister because his work was significant for all Canadians to live in their own culture and traditions and have the same rights under the law. Very good, right? So he is very much revered by many, many people, especially in English-speaking Canada. But there is another thing about him, right, which is the subject of the next answer here. This person wrote, just reading a bit about Trudeau and his accomplishments made me really see how the public didn't really appreciate his efforts for the country. One particular event is the October crisis in 1970. A group of terrorists, the FLQ, started attacking randomly and people weren't taking them seriously, so they decided to kidnap James Cross and Pierre Laporte. Now, people were taking them seriously, so Trudeau brings out a War Measure Act for protection of the province, and unfortunately people were sent to jail but not charged or anything, just put in for a day until the province got things in order. The people were okay with that for the most part, but were upset when the military were called. I feel this is a terrible incident and the province needed to back up. Why were the people upset over this? Thank you, I hope this made sense. Okay, that's a really good question, and that is what my next lecture, which I've already recorded, is going to be about tomorrow, right? So the whole thing with the FLQ, right, the Front de Libération de Québec, right, and the October crisis, that is the subject of tomorrow. So I give this person double credit, right, for reading ahead and looking at that stuff about the FLQ, right, because that's another part of the story of Pierre Trudeau. Oh, by the way, in the video, I might have made a mistake here and there and said Justin Trudeau instead of Pierre. All of the things that I'm talking about are Pierre Trudeau, right? Justin Trudeau is our Prime Minister right now, and he's doing some good stuff. I think he's doing a good job with COVID-19. But all the things, Charter of Rights and Freedoms and everything, that's all Pierre Trudeau. Okay, so let's move to questions. Okay. So one question I have here is, I heard that students who don't have access to the internet, I'm going to correct your grammar, or Google Classroom, the government is going to give them a Chromebook. Is it true? There's no information about that right now. I think it's a good idea. There are about 30 There are probably about 100 Chromebooks sitting in Emory right now, not doing anything, right? So if we could get those to students for a little while, that would be really helpful, I think. But right now, I don't know of any plans to do it. I did suggest it to the principal and to the superintendent, and they said they would think about it, right? So the answer to that is maybe. We'll see. And of course, we're not using Google Classroom, so let's be clear about that. As for no access to internet, though, next week I'm going to give you guys some written work to do. And if you want, you can take this phone, right? Well, you can write it on a piece of paper, right? Just like you would in class. Take your phone, photograph it, and then there you go, right? It's submitted to me, right? Just send me the photograph and I can read it and I'll give you a grade, right? So that is something that I'm looking into doing as well, right? So, don't think you can't do this course's work if you don't have a computer, right? If you just send a photograph, that's fine. This next question is weird. One more question, that students who go to school will get paid. Is this true? No, that is not true. I've not heard anything about it. Guys, don't go to the school, right? It is not time to go to school right now. So I don't know if this person meant physically or whatnot, but you're not getting paid to go to school. I've not heard of anyone talking about that. On a more serious note, there are various benefits right now for people that have lost work due to this crisis, right? The most important is probably the CERB, Canada Economic Relief. I forget what the B stands for, right? The CERB is taking applications now, right? They started yesterday, but what it is I believe you are eligible for $2,000 a month if you are not working and not on employment insurance, right? So if you guys want, I will just put a quick link to the CERB. I know that this is a tough time for everyone right now, right? Economically, emotionally, physically, right? So if you haven't signed up for the CERB and you're eligible, you should go ahead and sign up for that, right? Sign-ups are happening right now, and you do want to get on top of that. I believe that the day you sign up depends on your day of birth, right? I think yesterday was January, February, March, and I think today is April, May, and June, or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but you do want to sign up for it, right? If you are eligible for it and you need it. Let's see the next. The next question is about kids, right? I can't submit work on time because I'm busy with my kids. Guys, I understand that. I know that this is not business as usual, right? And we're all in different situations, and it's a very difficult time for everyone. So what I'll say to that is submit something to me when you can, right? Even if it's not before 7 o'clock on the day, right? I'd love it to be before 7 o'clock on the day so that I can respond. But, if you can't do that, just send it to me whenever you can, right? And I will give you full credit for it, right? So don't worry about that. Okay, guys, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about Quebec and the FLQ, as mentioned then, right? So it's going to be an interesting class. So I hope you're all having a good day, and we will see you next time.